Zhigit and the wolf wife. In ancient times, there lived one aksakal. He had many horses. Once a jute happened in the steppe, and he had to send his herds to distant pastures. The time has come for the herds to return, but they do not. Then the aksakal sent his only son to search for horses. The son rode for a long time with the jigits, but he did not find any horses. Once the son of an aksakal drove into a distant hollow and stumbled upon a herd. Suddenly a huge wolf jumped out. The predator grabbed a young mare, threw it on his back and rushed off with an arrow. The elder son rushed in pursuit of the wolf. He caught up with him, swung to hit, but at that moment the wolf shouted in a human voice, "Do not hit me!" Zhigit was taken aback by surprise and missed the wolf. Comrades jumped up to him and asked, "Why did not you kill the wolf?" He asked in a human voice that I did not kill him. "Tell tales," shouted Comrades. Can a wolf speak with a human voice? They rushed in pursuit of the wolf again, and again the elder son overtook him first. He swung, and the wolf shouted, "Don't kill me! I will marry you to my beautiful sister." The jigit was confused again and missed the wolf. Comrades jumped up to him. They found out what was the matter and began to swear. "What nonsense are you talking about? If you don't want to beat the wolf, get off your horse. We ourselves will catch up with the beast on it." "All right," the jigit promised. "Now I will definitely kill the wolf." He took off in pursuit, caught up with the wolf, and then the wolf stopped and said, "Zhigit, take off your hand. If you are not a coward, let's go with me for my beautiful sister." Zhigit waited for his comrades and said to them, "Go home without me. I found a bride." And he told them everything as it happened. "Oh, oh!" Comrades exclaimed. "You have gone crazy. Where is it seen that a man married a wolf?" "I know what I am doing," said Zhigit. "Tell my father that I will return exactly in a month." The comrades returned home, and Aksakal's son went with the wolf. He rode through the mountains and valleys for a long time. Finally, the wolf turned under a high cliff and dived into a large cave. Soon a big yellow wolf emerged from it. She helped the jigit dismount from his horse and led him along. In the first lair they met wolf cubs. They rushed at the jigit, but the yellow wolf growled at them. The cubs immediately calmed and lay down in place. In the second lair, an old wolf with a brown mane and an old grey female wolf approached the Zhigit, bearing their fangs. "This is your daughter's fiancé," the yellow wolf explained. "You ate the meat of his horses all winter." The old wolves backed away and lay down peacefully in their places. The yellow wolf led the Zhigit to the third lair. There were various kinds of food here. "Eat everything you want," she said. In the evening, she made the bed and left the Zhigit alone, and after a while she appeared again together with a beautiful white female wolf. "Here is your bride," said the yellow wolf to the Zhigit and left. Then the white wolf threw off her wolf hair, and the Zhigit saw a girl of an extraordinary beauty. Zhigit lived well in the lair. During the day he was deliciously fed, and in the evening, as soon as the sun went down, the bride appeared to him. She shed her wolf skin and turned into a girl. In the morning, the beauty again took on the appearance of the wolf and ran away with a flock of wolves. 1 month has passed. The day came when the Zhigit had to go home to his father. The old wolf gave her son-in-law a small stick and said, "It will be useful to you in a difficult moment of life. If you get into trouble, throw it on the ground, stomp your foot, and then your every wish will come true." And she warned her son-in-law, "Listen, do not throw away your wife's wolf robe before 40 days. Zhigit said goodbye to the wolves, took his wolf wife on a leash, and set off. In the evenings, when they stopped for the night, a Zhigit threw the stick on the ground. A snow-white yacht stood in front of them, and lots of tasty food appeared. Having eaten and slept, they set off again in the morning. Finally, a Zhigit arrived in his village. He tied the wolf in the bush and went home. He told his relatives that he had brought his wife. "Where is she?" "He's sitting by that bush." Young women and girls from all over the village gathered and went to meet the bride. They approached the bush and see a tied wolf. One girl gasped what was the matter and said, "People kept saying that the son of the old aksakal went to marry the wolf's sister. Is this white wolf his bride?" While the girls were talking among themselves, the young Zhigit drove up and said angrily, "Why did you come to meet the bride and do not lead her to the house?" Zhigit ordered to build a separate yurt for himself, and settled in it with a white wolf. During the day she lay at the entrance, and as soon as evening came and the fire was extinguished, she turned into a girl and lit the yurt with her extraordinary beauty. Zhigit spent all his time with his wife. He rarely appeared in public. Soon the neighbors began to laugh at him. Look, he married the wolf. Now he has turned into a beast. And when a jigit came out of the yurt, they shouted to him, Hey, look, this is the wolf's husband. Hello, wolf's husband. It was hard for him to listen to people's mocks. He stopped coming out of the yurt at all. One night he could not endure it any more. On the 37th night, as soon as his wife threw off her wolfskin, he tore it apart and threw it into the fire. The wife was frightened and said, Well, now you will feel bad. You broke your promise. You did not wait for 40 days bequeathed by my mother. In the morning, Zhigit came out of the yurt, and his wife followed him. People saw her extraordinary beauty and could not utter a word out of admiration. Zhigit's father was delighted by the transformation of the wolf wife into beautiful girl and celebrated his son's marriage. For 10 days the guests feasted the wedding toy. A rumor spread throughout the steppe and that the young man had married the girl of extraordinary beauty. This rumor also reached the Khan. He wished to see her. Khan took a hunting golden eagle and went to see the beauty. He drove up to the village and let his golden eagle go. The Berkut sat on the yurt of the young Zhigit. The Khan galloped up to it, dismounted from his horse, and called in a loud voice, Hey, who is in the yurt? Please give me my golden eagle. Zhigit's wife came out to Khan's call. From the moment the Khan saw her, his head whirled round in circles from the extraordinary beauty of the young woman. He staggered and almost fell on the ground. The beauty woman grabbed the Khan by the arms, put him on the horse, gave his golden eagle and smiled. Why are you afraid of such a simple woman? Khan could not utter a word and left in silence. From that day on, he only thought about that extraordinary beauty. Khan decided to marry her. He found an evil old witch who agreed to help him for gold. The old woman said, It is necessary to destroy the Zhigit so that the beauty becomes free. tell him to find the ingot of gold the size of a horse's head that your dead father dropped into the sea. The boy will go looking for gold and disappear. The Khan obeyed the advice of the old woman. He called the Zhigit and ordered him to find at the bottom of the sea an ingot of gold the size of a horse's head. Then Zhigit came to his young wife and told her what a difficult task the Khan gave him. Do not grieve, the wife consoled. Ask the Khan for 3 days and everything will be fine. A young woman took a colorful silk and strings made of gold and began to stitch the flower. She worked all day and night without a break. The flower came out so beautiful and bright that it illuminated the yurt even at night. The beauty gave the flower to her husband and said, "Tie the flower to the big net and threw it into the sea. A simple fish will not dare to swim up to the flower. Only Kansha fish will swim up to it. As soon as she starts pecking at the flower, you pull her ashore. If she asks you to let her to go to the sea, agree with her, but demand that she will get you an ingot of gold lost by the Khan's father. Although she is the Kansha, don't take her words for it. Pluck part of her things as a pledge." Zhigit went to the sea. He threw the net with the flower and began waiting for the catch. For a long period of time, Kansha fish did not appear, but then the blue sea sparkled and agitated. Kansha swam up to the flower and grabbed it with her teeth. Zhigit pulled the net ashore with the Kansha fish. She immediately began to ask him, "Let me go to sea. I will reward you." Zhigit answered, "I'll let you go only if you will get me from the sea bottom a piece of gold ingot the size of a horse's head." The fish promised to get the gold and Zhigit tore out part of the fins, letting her go to the sea. Kansha gathered all the fish and began to ask whether they knew where the gold, which the Khan's father dropped into the sea, lies. But not a single fish could indicate the place. Had all the fish gathered? Hansha then asked the servant, and he answers, "Only one old fish, which is 140 years old, did not appear." Hansha ordered to bring her. Servants swarmed for the old fish. "Go," they say, "Kansha is calling you." But the old fish did not want to listen. She stayed in one place and did not move. The servants seized the disobedient and dragged her away, and they saw that ingot of gold the size of the horse's head, which Kansar was looking for. It turned out that the old fish lived up to 140 years old only because she fed on gold fumes. The servants carried away the gold ingot, and the old fish immediately died. Hancha fish gave the promised gold to the Zhigit and received her things from him. Zhigit came to the Khan's palace and gave him the gold ingot. Khan let him go home, but then summoned the evil old woman and shouted at her, "I'll cut off your head for deception." Zhigit returned and brought the gold ingot with himself, and you assured him that he would disappear. "Oh, my lord," the old woman cried, "do you not kill me. I'll give you one more advice. Your father lost a herd of horses. Nobody truly knows where they are, and if Zhigit finds them, he will not be able to bring them all back. At this time the horses became feral. Tell him to deliver this herd. He will fail your order." On the next day the Khan called Zhigit and ordered him to find the wild herd which Khan's father had lost. Zhigit came home and told his wife what order he had received from the Khan. "Don't worry," said wife. "Take this stick, turn yourself to the east and say the words I will say you. This stick will lead you right in front of the wild herd. Find a stallion, jump on his back and try to ride him. Hit him hard, but watch out for your eyes. When the stallion calms down, ride it straight to the Khan's palace. The rest of the horses will follow you." Zhigit did as his wife told him. A few days later he drove all the lost wild horses to the Khan's palace. "Hey, come here," shouted Zhigit. "Here, take your horses." The wild herd almost destroyed the village. The Khan got scared and ordered the horses to be driven away. He was about to execute the evil old woman, but she fell to her knees and screamed, "Have mercy, my lord. Give the boy the third assignment, and if he fulfills it, then chop off my head." Khan agreed. The wicked old woman said. On the 40th day after the death of your father, a black stallion was slaughtered at the wake. Tell the young man to find that stallion and bring it to you. Khan called the Zhigit and ordered him to find a stallion eaten at the funeral of the previous Khan and deliver it to the royal palace. Strongly tightened the Zhigit. So he comes and says to his wife, "No, now I am dead. Khan ordered me to find a stallion that had been eaten. But his wife said to him, "If you had endured 40 days and had not destroyed my wolf fur ahead of time, we would not have such a misfortune. I can't help you now. We will have to go for advice to the old mother wolf." Zhigit went to the Khan, asking to give a period of 3 months to search for the eaten black stallion. Khan willingly added another 3 months. Zhigit got on the road, said goodbye to his wife, and his wife says to him, "While you will travel, the Khan will not give me rest. Throw your stick on the ground, stomp your foot, and let the iron house appear. Hide me on the lowest floor. There I will await your return." Zhigit threw the stick on the ground. He stamped his foot and the iron house appeared. He hid his wife on the lower floor and went to the wolves. Many days passed before he reached the lair. And then the old wolf listened to him and said, "In everything, son, you yourself are to blame. If you had listened to me and endured 40 days, there would not be such a disaster now. I will try to help you grieve. Go to the mountains where the Khan's father is buried. Find his grave, dig it up, and collect all the bones of the deceased. Put them in the cradle and start swung them. Then the spirit of the dead Khan will shout, 'Be cursed, whoever disturbs me. Speak quickly what you need.' Here you put your request to him." The old wolf thought what words to deliver his prayer, and let him go. Zhigit galloped to the mountains, found the Khan's grave, dug it up, collected the bones of the deceased, put in a cradle and began to rock it. "Do not disturb me, devilish man," yelled the spirit of the old Khan. "What do you want from me?" Zhigit answers him, "Your son disturbs me, and I will not give you rest." What, what does my son want? On the 40th day after your death, the black stallion was slaughtered. Now your son demands that stallion from me. Does he really feel so sorry for me even for one stallion? The spirit cried out and threw the stallion out of his grave in rage. Zhigit watches. The stallion does not have a piece from the back. "And where is the piece of the rear part?" asked the young man. Such a stallion was given to me by my greedy son. The piece of leg was eaten by him and his wife, so give it to him. Now get out of here, give me peace. Only 2 months later, the boy got home. He arrived and saw the Khan has broken the 2 upper floors of the iron house and is getting to the lower one, where young Zhigit's wife was sitting. Zhigit brought the black stallion to the Khan and conveyed to him the words of his dead father. Khan was ashamed and left Zhigit alone, but cut off the head of the evil old woman. Zhigit and his young wife lived very happily after that.